Peace and love to all my beautiful people. I hope that you are well. Welcome to another Chronicles of Yogasm. Yogasms are my interpretation of yoga combined with stretching, metaphysical, spiritual, mental, physical. All of those are incorporated into certain yoga positions, certain stretches, things that I've just created on my own. Things that I've used to help me once I realized that all of my injuries, all of my sorrows, all of the things that I deemed in my life as pain for me were my spiritual body's interpretation of communicating with me to get me to realize that we are one. My physical and my spiritual body both need each other to exist. My spiritual needs my physical body to be in well shape so that it can live out its life's purpose. And my spiritual body needs the physical body because without it, it cannot exist. It goes back into itself, which is one with everything. And that is what we interpretate as the God. And that is my interpretation as the Crown Chakra, which is our higher mind, our higher self, the place of inner thoughts that come down into the physical. And in the physical, we perceive it as God, and it is God because it is our higher selves. And so that is why I use these interpretations as signs for me to get in touch with what is physically happening in my body, what my spirit is saying to me. And once I realized that, I started using these methods to heal myself. And when I say heal, we look for healing to be something that is instant, something that is tangible now, something that we must see in order to believe that it is happening. And we have not been taught to trust the process because we have taught ourselves to, and let me rephrase that, we have been taught to trust our instinct, and that puts us as animals in a human existence and experience when we live that way. And so I have been slowing myself down, and yes, I do smoke marijuana, and I use marijuana to bring myself down and bring myself into a place of oneness to figure out why my spirit is using these physical aspects that I interpret as pain to communicate with me. I am asking myself, why is my spirit, and that's why we say, why, Lord? Why is this happening? Why am I going through this? What did I do? What is taking place for this to be happening? And you say you love me, you say that you are here for me, and everything that I'm asking you to do, and everything that I know that I need, and things are being taken away from me, and I'm suffering, and I just feel like you've abandoned me. The thing is that we have to use the pain as a method to see what it means. And that brings us back to God, and that gives us the answers that we are looking for. And so the question is it's like, okay, you know, I have kids. You know, I have 2 daughters. You know, their father left me. You know, I've been struggling to take care of them by myself all this time. And then, you know, I got the injury, and then I fought the case, and then I couldn't work for so long. And then we been, and there's so many things that had to be created as fertilizer is what I like to call it. Give me the shit. I love the shit because the shit is the fertilizer. The shit helps us grow. The shit brings us to a place of uncomfortability, to a place of pain. And that place of pain is where the seed grows in the dirt. And so I look at myself and everything that has happened to me now as dirt. And I was just a little bitty young seed. I'm just a baby. Yet I am just, and I'm covered with so much fucking dirt, So many people want you to be so many things, and you have so many dreams and goals on your own, and you feel as a child because the world is painting a perception of what mothers and fathers should be, and uncles and brothers and sisters and cousins and nieces and nephews and all of our extended family, that stereo prototype. We are stuck in a state of confusion because what we see ain't what we got. And so we feel like we're missing something. But are we really missing something that we have never had in the equivalence to looking at it from a perspective to say, I had to see that in order to say that what I was given was not correct? What other method would have been shown to me to have brought me to that realization so that I could have known? You understand what I'm saying? So there has been a perception that has been painted in the world outside of us being a world, being a center, being a vortex, being something that is moving also at its own rhythmic pace, at its own bio rhythm. We are living in the world and their perception of what the world is, okay. And that's how we become mechanical, because we forget who we are, and we forget that we're an individual, and we are in center, and we are in person, and we are something, and someone else loves us and depends on us also. That makes you a God. When you are of a constant need to continue to perform something for someone that is I am a God every day I get up. I am a goddess. My daughters depend on me. They lay down expecting to wake up and have the things in order that they need to make them prosper. I cannot depend on a source to depend on me, to depend on them, for them to depend on me, to depend on the source that they know. When they wake up, they're not looking at that. They have been trained and programmed to expect it. If I lay down and say, I'm waiting on the Lord to do it, I am the Lord is, the Lord there is, thereof. I am getting up to perform. So I have to lay down with the same expectance in something in myself that they have in me. I am depending upon an energy and source through myself. The faith is manifested through my crown being, because that is the place where I believe. That is my dome. That is my place of domain. That is my main dome. That is the main place where I am dominating my thoughts, my place of existence. So this session is taking you away from the perception of what the world expects you to see, so that you can see that sex, arousal, into me. See, I allowed you into me. That was intimacy. I allowed you to be into me. Don't get it twisted. Don't take it in a way of saying that I am over-sexualizing myself, because sex itself has been over-sexualized, when sex is just simply oneself. One's perceptual becomes sexual. It's what you perceive it to be. It's what you can hear. And what you can hear allows you to be able to feel. It is the control of God. The power, all power in thine hand. I have all power in my hand. When I place my hand upon thee as a man, the sensual touch of arousal for you. When I hold you, I am holding all power in my hand. That is the power of creation that I hold in my hand, that you have given me the privilege to hold the power in my hand. And my hand coming with power, causing you to come with power, causes creation. In that power, I am creating. So we are living in a world, and in a world, we are a world. We have cut off our senses. We have cut off our thoughts. We have taken pornography and all of those things as things of formation of giving us desire, giving us arousal, getting us to the place that we need to be sexually. And if we now, and I know that a lot of men deal with the struggle of arousal now. And we used to laugh back in the day when we saw the Viagra commercials and all of that. And we were looking at the rhinos and sniggling and laughing because it was the older men in their 50s and 60s that were getting it. But brothers are suffering in their mid-20s and early 30s and late 30s and early 40s now because of the foods and the things that they're putting in our foods. I saw a study that the water that runs along Santa Ana and like Camarillo and all those places up there, Ventura County, that they use to for agriculture, that they use to water the rice and the strawberries and all the things that they grow. They took some frogs from that, and they had male frogs in a pond, and they took them and put them together, and then one of the male frogs from the water, whatever was contaminated in the water, turned the frogs female. And one frog, and they put another frog in there to mate that male frog, and he turned female. So they're using that water to water our agriculture, and they're putting that produce in our stores, and all of those things are causing our men to develop breast tissues. And a lot of changes are starting to happen with a lot of our men. And so I am here to say that it is not necessarily for men. This is for women also. It's for men and for women. Yogasizms is for females, is for males, is for gods, goddesses, whatever you perceive yourself to be. When I am speaking, this is for everyone, but I now am speaking to the males in regards to sexual let me see the word I want to use. Sexual perception. Now, we got to go to Pornhub. We have to go to X videos. We have to go to these sites that are free to get aroused. And when we're in bed with our mates, we're not feeling aroused. We have to think back to porn, or we have to play porn. Or now we're listening to rap music when we're intimate so that we're not connecting. And the men aren't being aroused. And if they are, they're not staying aroused. Everything's mixed up. They have this whole new lace front baby hair stage, and women of my age are now struggling and they're having midlife crises. I'm 39. I'll be 40 this year, 2021. This is December 20th. It's 5 o'clock in the morning. Shout out to y'all. Peace and blessings, love and wellness. Women of my nature, of my age, are struggling now because we are afraid that the men that we're trying to attract, the mid-30s, late 30s, early 40s, now are looking at these lace front baby hair, younger women, and we're struggling because we don't know what is in, how we're supposed to be. Some of us are cutting our hair because we feel like we're looking old now with our natural hair. Some of us are relaxing our hair. And then we're caught up in the midlife of that because you either have to commit to what you left to commit to that, or go back to what you did before you started with that. And it's just back and forth, and it's the confusion of the world. So what I want to do is bring it back. And I want to take the next 10 minutes and bring it back. And I want to center you. And I want to let you know that you don't need the arousal of seeing it physically to feel it, to know that it's there. So what I want you to do is close your eyes. Let me tell you what I'm doing first of all, though. So I'm going to bring my voice down in this very, very low tone, this very, very sensual manner. And I'm going to tell you what I'm doing. And this is for men and for women. I am sitting in my floor. And I have my legs open as far as they can possibly go. And I am leaning my pelvic forward. And I'm allowing my body to liberally fall down. And I'm spreading my arms. And I'm taking a deep breath. And I'm bearing my base chakra down. We talked about that in the first video. Once you get past the introduction, you actually see it. It is your tailbone. So for those of you who are not able to sit and open your legs because of whatever reason, much love and respect to you. That is why this is not a physical video. So I am taking a deep breath and I am bearing down. And when I say bearing down, I am bearing down on my base. So in mental thought, that is your sexual center. It is the place that makes you aroused, whether you're a man or a woman. And we're going to go back to the place of arousal. Arousal is a thought. It is a smell. So think about a very sensual smell that you would love to smell on someone. Something that you think would turn you on. And just take a deep breath. That smells really nice, huh? And some of you are probably there at just the thought of just knowing whatever it is that you want to think, but I want you to center yourself, bear down, and come into that place of arousal, come into that place. And if you're able, I want you to push down, and I want you to bear down, and I want you to rock back and forth. And I want you to move from side to side. And as you're moving, take deep breaths. See, in the form of yogasm, through yoga, I'm using this stretch to come into a place that feels so good that it is awakening my senses, that it is causing blood to rush and flow to an area, to my reproductive area. And in that area flows blood. It is blood that causes you to be aroused. It is the blood. Oh, the blood. I know it was the blood. Breath, breathing is oxygen to the blood. And then that blood is able to do what it needs to do and give itself to the places that it needs to get in the body. See, you can feel in the midst of the stretching. Even if you're not stretching, if you're just listening, this does not happen often. We don't get a chance to really get to know ourselves without touching ourselves or without thinking that we need to be touched to be aroused. We just need to get connection, awareness. We just need that blood to flow so that the brain and the mind and the body can connect and say, I hear you. What is it that you need me to do? My wish is your command. But it is only when you are able to connect yourself to the mind, to the spirit, through the body, are you able to feel all of the pleasures of the existence of there that is for you. And I can feel the passion flowing through my veins. Not because I am particularly aroused by a particular thought, but it is the feeling. I feel sensual. I am sensual. And I am rubbing my legs, my thighs. I am rubbing my feet. And I can feel the energy flowing. I want you to rub your feet, rub your thighs, rub your legs if you're in this position. Come up. If you're a woman, bring both hands all the way up. Touch your abdomen slowly. Come all the way up. Touch yourself up to your chest, up to your neck, up through your ears, to the sides of your ears, all the way back down to your neck, back down again through your chest to your abs, back now on your thighs, on your knees, on your shins, back down to your toes. If you're a male, back now from your toes, all the way up to your shins. Touch your knees slowly. Come up, touch your thighs. Slowly come up to your waist. Come up both sides of your pelvic, up your abdomen. Slowly come up. Touch your abs all the way to your chest. All the way up to your neck. From the sides of your neck to the back of your ears. Around your ears, back down the sides of your neck, back down the sides of your neck, down your chest, back down from your chest to your abs, from your abs to your pelvic to your thighs, from your thighs to your knees, all the way sensually down to your shin, back down from your shin to your toes. And if it's just a thought, Or even if you can just touch your abs slowly up to your chest, all the way up from your neck, all the way from your neck to your ears, from your ears all the way back down the sides of your neck, back down to your chest, back down to your thighs. And breathe.